Lifted up his kilt about an inch so there can see, and there, behold, for them to view, beneath his Scottish skirt was nothing more than God had graced him with upon his birth. Ring ding diddly o, ring di diddly o, was nothing more than God had graced him with upon his birth. Well, they marveled for a moment, then said, we must be gone. Let's leave a present for our friend before we move along. As gift they left a blue silk ribbon tied into a bow around the bonny star the Scots kilt did lift and show. Ring ding diddly o, ring di diddly o, around the bonny star the Scots kilt did lift and show. Well, the Scotsman woke to nature's call and stumbled towards a tree. Lift his sky up behind a build and gawks at what he sees. And in a startled voice he says to what's before his eyes, "Oh, lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see you've won first prize." Ring ding diddly o, ring di diddly o. Oh, lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see you've won first prize.
It's not usually hard for people to get acquainted because there's 20 people that want to help you. The hard part is being able to deal with all of the 20 people who want to help you and dealing with the information overload that you get because of it. Usually, if you just show up, sort of act like you don't know what's going on, someone will end up taking you under their wing for a while and just sort of walking you through the process until you're able to do that for someone else. I grew up in the SCA, so I don't know the exact feeling of, why are there a bunch of weirdos in the park with swords? I was the weirdo in the park with swords as long as I can remember, so. I normally wear this, going places, because it's nice, covers my head and whatnot. What I like to think of as the medieval equivalent is this with feathers. And of course, they match not too well, but they match the colors of the doublet that I wear and everything else.
Yeah, so we're actually a worldwide nonprofit organization. We have kingdoms all over, basically Europe, America, and there's even one in Japan now. Sweet. But anyway, my point being is, what?
Japan and Europe are track involved. There's one for Australia, New Zealand.
Yeah.
There's one, I think it's mostly Alaska, and some parts of Canada.
Yeah.
And then the other ones are either parts of Canada and the U.S.
Yeah.
There's a lot though.
Yeah, there are. Good.
Nice.
Arm.
I came with my two squires, and we did scout upon the high precipices of the City of Rocks, and we did see that there are indeed camps out there filled with brigands and rabble-rousers. And though we do not know their origin, we shall seek them out. We shall discover where these unfortunate individuals are coming from. They're from the West. Who can say at this time, but we will discover. I have a feeling that as we come together more and more, we will learn the truth of these matters and act accordingly. So, I would invite any and all who help defend our western border with Atenveld to keep a watchful eye and be sure to report any suspicious activity. But we must stand together united, the Citadel, Alberon, and the Barony of Fontaine-Gonçalves, for it is our duty to drive back the heathens to the west.
Advance! Advancing! Go ahead. He's right there.
Don't go in that bubble.
I'm gonna grab my
Get the spears work. board. Come on, let the steers board.
Okay. All right. Ready up, ready up, ready up. Push! Go, 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 go! I don't know. Right ankle. Yeah, just hold it up for a second. Yeah, just hold that leg up for a second. Fuck, I broke it. I broke it. I'm gonna move your things. Okay.
How's your head? Do you want me to...
My head is fine, my ankle's broken.
Okay.
Okay, you got it? Okay, hold the
Just
leg.
hold it up, please.
Hold the leg.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Oh, fuck me.
It's okay, it's okay.
How get him home, says Richard to Robin. Well, how get him home, says Jack of the Lamb. How get him home, says everyone. The brewer's big heart, says Robin O'Bobbin. The brewer's big heart, says Richard to Robin. The brewer's big heart, says Jack of the Lamb. Brewer's big heart, says everyone. Well, how will we eat him, says Robin O'Bobbin. Well, how will we eat him, says Richard to Robin. Well, how will we eat him, says Jack of the Lamb. How will we eat him, says everyone. With knives and forks, says Robin O'Bobbin. With knives and forks, says Richard to Robin. With knives and forks, says Jack of the Lamb. Knives and forks, says everyone. Well, who did the dinner, says Robin O'Bobbin. Well, who did the dinner, says Richard to Robin. Well, who did the dinner, says Jack of the Lamb. Who did the dinner, says everyone. The king and the queen, says Robin O'Bobbin. The king and the queen, says Richard to Robin. The king and the queen, says Jack of the Lamb. King and the queen, says everyone. Eyes to the blind, legs to the lame. Out to the streets, the alleys and lanes. We'll hunt the rats, says Robin O'Bobbin. We'll hunt the rats, says Richard to Robin. We'll hunt the rats, says Jack and the Lamb. Hunt the rats, says everyone. The rat is king of the herd. On Stephen's Day, his squeaking is heard. Although he is little, his family is great. We pray you good people to give us a treat.
So I'm Baron of Citadel of the Southern Pass. My persona is 15th century Italian, Bernardo di Medici. And that's something that we do in the SCA is we find a persona, we tie it to either something that interests us about the period or just, maybe something looks cool about it. But I've chosen 15th century Italy in the city of Florence. It's funny enough, we're doing it at the Renaissance Fair. The Medici family was actually considered to be responsible for the rise of the Renaissance through their patronage of arts, sciences, things like that. The Medicis very much believed that the nobility and the rooftop or the ceiling on upward mobility for a person to claim their own destiny, they believe very strongly in that, and they did that through the Medici Bank, through the patronage of the arts, and through finding individuals in their society that they believed had that ability to actually pull themselves up from their situation. And that's something that very much appeals to me right now.
In the society, my name is Agnes O'Brien. I fairly recently started heavy fighting, and for me personally, I found it gave me a lot of strength, a lot of the courage and the focus of mind that I had been looking for. Because growing up, I was a very meek child. I was very afraid to make any kind of waves. But on the battlefield, really, in that sort of scenario, I was able to overcome that sort of hesitation.
In SCA, my name is Lady Dragoslava. I am what's known as a scribe, so I do calligraphy and illumination for awards that are given out. So in the society, the king and queen will present people like, they're really good at fighting. Here's a stag's blood. That's an award that you make a scroll like this for. And the scribes are the people that will actually hand make this with love and care and give it to somebody who gets the award.
So this is the award for the Order of the Sable Chevronnels. I was awarded this in absentia. Absent. I can't pronounce it. I wasn't here when they gave that to me. It was 7th of September. If I remember correctly, that was like a Friday or something. I'm gonna have to check later. I was at school when I was given that. So my parents brought that to me when they brought me the other ones.
So I've been doing this for 30 years now, and it's been so much fun. Like, I can go anywhere pretty much in the world that the SCA is and have a built-in family and people that I share interests and common bonds with. And I've found, like I said, everywhere I go, there's just a built-in family and camaraderie and friendships. Like, you don't get that in bowling leagues, and you don't get that in softball leagues and stuff. There's people that will travel 7 hours just to see a friend for 20 minutes and then go home.
I'm getting recognized for my arts. The Society has several peerages. We have the Knights, we have the Pelicans. Knights are for combat, Pelicans are service. The Laurel, which is I'm being recognized for, is for the arts. The Master of Defense is for combat, but the Rapier combat. But we are all peers. We're all considered masters or experts in our respective fields. The Society for me is a place where honor and courtesy still reign supreme. It is a place where those traits are very important. They're central to what we do.
We crown you, Bela, by right of arms, King of the Outlands.
It's the people, really, in the SCA that are amazing. It's fresh and exciting for people. It's a new start. Every 6 months we get a new leader, which keeps things fun and moving and keeps people excited and coming out. So getting to have the opportunity to be king and hopefully make the game fun for people and inspire people to want to be here and have a good time is very rewarding.
Here now closes the coronation court of Bela and Nerissa, King and Queen of the Outlands. Long live the King! Long live the King!